So the SPY ended up having a bigger gap up. For those of you who traded last night's game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day. I made it very, very clear. If the SPY has a big gap up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wait for it to drop back down towards the higher levels to be buying call options. The first highest level that I ended up giving you to buy call options was the exact low of day for a strong bullish spike. I made it very, very clear if the SPY is gapping up above 631, it's going to try to drop first at that overall level. And in terms of the level where I told you to be buying call options, this was the first level. This was the higher level. Right here, this was the resistance, this was the breakout, this was the retest during the extended hours trading session. Made it very, very clear if the SPY is gapping up above 631, it's going to try to drop first at this breakdown and retest level. This was the support, this was the crash, this was the retest. Surely enough, it dropped first, red, green, red, and once it hit the break and retest zone, the highest level to be buying calls, the first level to potentially be buying calls on a bigger gap up move, it ended up being the exact bottom. We had 2 hours of consolidation. We had a green, red, green bullish floor for 90 minutes at the break and retest level that I gave you to buy call options on if the SPY has a bigger gap up, which it did. And what a great confirmation, because it ended up selling off at the 631 breakdown and retest level. Then it ended up bottoming, forming higher support for 2 hours straight at this breakout and retest level that I had given you in last night's video, making losing a personal choice if you had followed the game plan. In terms of the end of this video, I'm going to be going over all the trades that we ended up making. First things first, let's get straight into tonight's analysis. So, in terms of the most likely outcome for the SPY heading into tomorrow is going to be a drop first. The most likely outcome is we're going to drop first. Now, in order to actually drop, what we need to do is we need to shift the trend for micro bearish for a quick scalp on puts. This trade idea that I'm giving you, this game plan, has a high likely outcome of playing out during the pre-market trading session. So with that being said, for those of you who are trading futures during extended hours, you can use a prop firm as well to do that. This is going to be the overall game plan. And again, it could also occur, during normal trading hours at market open. But based off of what I'm seeing, this move that I'm about to speak of and this trade idea that I'm giving you, so it's a good thing that I'm making this, in terms of a day before in advance, because the move is likely going to play out that I'm speaking on towards extended hours. Then I'm going to give you the next move, and the next move is actually going to be to buy calls. So in a sense, it's basically identical to last night's game plan and literally what I just showed you in terms of some similarities, not exactly in terms of, there's a lot of similarities. It's nearly identical, just different levels, different day. So with that being said, this is the game plan. For the SPY to flip bearish, these are going to be the zones. The zones are going to be right here, 633.70 to 634.14. Now, in terms of the pattern that I'm seeing, what I want you to do is just study this chart here real quick. SPY's grinding up, and then we have this red bearish trend reversal candlestick facing to the downside. Then we have red, green, red. We got some lower highs. Then we got a channel forming, support, resistance. Now it's trying to sell off again, right? So look at this pattern right here. Look at how it trends up. Look at how it starts to shift in reverse. Look at how it starts to form resistance and hold a smaller channel, right? So if you look at this move right here, in terms of what it looks like, in terms of comparing this overall move, if you go further back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit further back throughout the 30-day, 30-minute chart. And I'm going to show you in terms of exactly what it is that I'm seeing here. So based off of all of these patterns, the one it looks like to me visually here is going to be this one. If you go back to June 30th, this is what it looks like. In terms of June 30th and in terms of what we were doing, before that. Let me quickly show you here. So I'm going to zoom out of this little bit. So as you can see, kind of similar movement. We were trending up, slanted to the right side. Then in terms of this overall move, Just look at this, man. In terms of pattern recognition, this is one thing that I want to make very, very clear. This red trend reversal bearish candlestick, once the SPY goes under that, the one I just showed you, once it goes under that 30-minute low, it's going to sell off hard. You're going to want to get it on puts, right? And then in terms of the overall trend, it's been slanting, uptrended sideways. And then this is where it starts to look very, very similar. You can see it's got that same type of candlestick right here. It was spiking, throughout the day and throughout the close. Got the same type of candlestick right here. Then it forms a support channel right here, resistance channel here with some lower highs. Then once it cracks this 30-minute low, once it cracks this support of the key channel, then it has a nice drop from 617 to 615. Then in terms of a break and retest, this was previous resistance right here. This was the retest. Then it goes super fucking bullish. And you can see in terms of this, 30-minute candle, whenever that forms a key resistance, once it starts to crack below it, it has a nice little drop for a scalp on puts. So those are the patterns that I'm seeing. The first move is to buy puts if we go under basically 633.60. If the SPY is going under, this is the key level right here. You can see this is resistance. This is the breakout. This is the higher support. Right now, in terms of the SPY, it's in a channel. In terms of the channel it's in, this is your new resistance right here at 634.20. This is your new higher support. So for the trend to shift bearish, this is what needs to happen for the move on puts. If you see the SPY goes under 634.20, right? Starts to go under this, then it's trying to shift the trend bearish. Say it has a little spike and now it's forming a lower channel, right? Say it's no longer going back up here to 635. Say it's starting to form lower highs right here at 634, right? So now we're trading in a lower channel, forming lower highs, trending lower. That's going to be a key opportunity for puts at a higher level. Now, in terms of one of the more easy plays on puts, if you're seeing lower highs, you're seeing it's maintaining bearish, if you're seeing a red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, just get in on the puts. But in terms of like when the big move is going to happen and when to time it perfectly, when to add, or if you just want the flawless time to get in, if SPY's forming lower highs like I'm showing you, and we go under this level right here, which is going to be 633.50, that's when we're going to have a nice drop. Now, if you're wondering where that profit target is going to sit at, it's going to sit at this next break and retest level right here, which is going to be at 632, right? Now, in terms of best overall levels to be buying calls, because I just gave you the game plan on puts and a most likely outcome and how to determine it's bearish, and I explained to you the most likely outcome in terms of when that happens. If it happens, it's going to be during the pre-market, not likely during the market open. So just be aware of that, and you can take advantage of extended hours plays, trading futures, using a prop trading broker as well. But just be aware of that in the opportunity to be going short, especially during the pre-market if we're going under that level, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that overall trend, that overall pattern that I just showed you right here. So we're going to go back here to June in terms of where did it start to bottom. It started to bottom slightly above the previous day lows. So in terms of the overall best level for calls, it's going to be the following. I'm going to give you two zones. Now, the best zone is the lower zone, but if I'm getting great confirmations at the higher zone, I'm willing to do it. But this is going to be key. This right here. You have a green, red, green bullish pattern right here, right? So you got resistance, resistance, resistance. The highs of these 30-minute candlesticks are resistance, right? So it had a massive breakout. Really didn't retest in a sense. You could say it kind of retested, but for the most part, I wouldn't really call this more of a break and retest. It had a breakout and it formed some higher support. That's kind of what happened, but very, very similar. So the best level for calls is going to be 631 to 630.50. That is the best zone to be buying call options heading into tomorrow on SPY using the break and retest strategy, using the pattern that I had just shared with you. Now, in terms of our higher level that we're going to be keeping an eye on, the higher level above 631 is going to be 632, right around here, 632. Resistance, 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 resistance. Nice breakout, drop back down to retest, gonna try to bounce first. That's the higher zone for calls. Be very, very careful at the higher zone because like I said, the best level is literally towards previous day lows and towards 631. And if the pattern repeats, it's going to try to go back towards that, best level. So you could think about it that as like a magnet in a sense in terms of where SPY is heading if we go under 633.60. So that is the game plan. Going to be using confirmations in terms of best confirmations. You're really going to want to use those best confirmations if you're considering the higher level, 1 to 2 hours of consolidation, maybe a break and retest, but strong green bullish 30-minute candlestick pattern, strong green bullish trend reversal candlestick patterns. It's pretty fucking wild because if you watched last night's video, it gave you the blueprint to print at the speed of light, and it worked flawlessly. I literally said if the SPY has a bigger gap up, which it did in terms of measuring the move and measuring market volatility in the video, I made it very, very clear if we're gapping up above 631, instead of playing it for the gap and go, wait to buy calls. And I told you it's likely going to drop here first at the breakdown retest level at 631, which it ended up doing, forming resistance, dropping first. And then I told you, since if we're having a higher gap up, then buy calls at the higher levels, right? I gave you multiple zones. This was a zone, this was a zone, this was a zone, this was a zone. I told you calls at higher levels for a bullish recovery and break and retest overall strategy. Most likely outcome is if we're gapping up, we drop first, then we have a bullish overall spike to new all-time highs. Made it very, very clear in terms of the video. Now, in terms of confirmations, this is where it becomes losing into personal choice. This was the first zone I gave you. This was resistance. This was the break. This was the retest during extended hours. And then SPY pushed much fucking higher. So when this break and retest level, when this retest level tests for the first time during normal trading hours, is likely going to bounce first based off of last night's video with everything I explained. In terms of your confirmation, we had a floor for 2 hours. We had a green, red, green for 90 minutes, which is the bullish pattern where if SPY breaks above a resistance level, breaks above, drops back down to retest, drops back down to retest, green, red, green, it's supposed to push fucking higher. And then it does the same thing. The same pattern is right in front of your face. Look at the pattern. It keeps on repeating. This is your new resistance. This is your new resistance. This is your new resistance. This is the breakout. This is the higher floor. Green, red, green. Green, red, green. Next 30 minutes is bullish. SPY pushes overall higher. The same pattern repeats at the speed of light. Resistance, breakout, retest. The lows is the retest of the previous resistance. The green, red, green is the bullish pattern that's going to make you so much fucking money in this fucking market. If there's a green, red, green at a key level to buy calls and you're not buying fucking calls, you're missing out on one of the most best simple strategies within the fucking market. What else are you going to do? Are you going to buy fucking puts when we're at a break and retest and SPY's forming green, red, green? Are you going to buy fucking puts? Is that what you're going to fucking do? We're all buying fucking calls. It works 80% plus of the fucking time. Losing is a personal choice. Go back throughout the past 30-day, 30-minute chart. Look at all the break and retest levels. Every single fucking time SPY breaks out and retest, and whenever it forms green, red, green on the 30-minute chart, it fucking skyrockets. It happens all the time. This is a resistance level. This is a breakout. This is a green, red, green. That's a higher floor. This is another breakout. Same fucking pattern. This is the new resistance level. This is the breakout. This is the green, red, green. Pushes fucking higher. Losing is a personal choice. That pattern that I learned and figure out on my own happens every single fucking week, multiple times a week. You should be capturing that at the speed of light with our levels, with our game plans, going green all the time. Being green in this market is so fucking simple. People are the ones who try to complicate fucking shit. Trading can be very fucking simple. So, with that being said, just go back and reflect throughout the 30-day, 30-minute chart and see how many times that pattern works at a key level to be buying calls, with a key strategy to buy calls, whether it's a gap close reversal, whether it's a break and retest. It happens all the fucking time, man. Resistance, breakout, green, red, green, keeps on going. Resistance, breakout, green, red, green, keeps on fucking going. It happens all the fucking time. This is another one. I don't talk about this one often. This is a more rare one. If we're having a break and retest, right? So this right here, this is resistance, right? This is the breakout. This is the retest. The lows of the retest of the previous resistance. This right here, green bullish candlestick, double slanted red, and then another green 30-minute candlestick tends to keep on uptrending. That's another bullish trend reversal pattern that's been working a lot within the market, especially as of recently. So pay attention to those two 30-minute chart patterns with the levels that I'm giving you. Now, let's discuss breaks of trends. So in terms of breaks of trends, if the SPY is holding above 633.60, it's still considered bullish. Obviously, if it's forming lower highs, it's trying to flip bearish for the short term. And then, like I said, buy the calls at the overall zones if you see the confirmations. The lower zone right here is considered an auto buy where I would just get in. The higher level, use the best confirmations only, right? But with that being said, in terms of breaks of trends, if there's a break of trend, if SPY is having a massive move above 635.40, then it's getting new all-time highs. You know, there's really not much you can do. In terms of making a game plan a day before in advance, there's really not much more to say based off of everything that I've said and shown you, other than just if we break above all-time highs, look for a massive breakout. If it has a massive breakout, if it drops back down, look to buy calls for a gap close reversal. 634.21 to 634 mid. 635 absolute highest. If the market has a massive breakout above 635.40, then I would just say look to buy calls at higher levels. Use the break and retest strategy. That's what I would do. But the best confirmations, it's got to be the absolute best confirmations. If we're buying calls at those higher levels, and ideally a move to 638 plus, fucking 639 to 640 would be even fucking great. And then if it just came crashing back down towards the gap, it's going to try to have a gap close reversal. So obviously a break of trend would be if we're having a strong breakout above 635.40 and we are not going below 633.70, then the SPY is going to try to push based off of the measured moves. In terms of the push, you're looking at a 3-point move, bare minimum, towards above, all-time highs. So you're looking at like 638.50, 639, right around there max. And then what you're going to want to do is look to buy calls at higher levels, right? Now, in terms of break of trends for puts at lower levels, I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't even fucking try it. With this amazing fucking market that we're in, it's like, man, if you're not buying oversold dips, you are fucking up. You are genuinely fucking up. If you're not focused on buying oversold dips with key trend reversal strategies, key breakout and retest strategies within this bullish fucking market, you are genuinely fucking up. That's why I'm saying, like, even if there is a break of trend and SPY goes below the new low of day, I wouldn't even consider fucking puts tomorrow. Fuck that. So if there's a break of trend and SPY goes below previous day lows, I doubt it will fucking happen. But if it does, I'm just going to wait to buy calls, look to buy calls at lower levels. That's it. I have zero fucking interest in fucking puts. I'll just wait for calls with the best confirmations. If there's a break of trend, you got to use the best confirmations, especially if you're fighting, an overall trend, if the trend's shifting that bearish. So if the trend is shifting that bearish, where it does go into previous day lows, again, break of trend, likely not going to happen. But if it does, next level for calls, 628.86. You got a gap right here for a gap close reversal. Also, this is a key break and retest level during extended hours. All this resistance during extended hours, massive breakout and gap and go. Once we drop back down to retest this break and retest, along with closing this gap, reversing at the gap, going to be a phenomenal level to be buying calls. This is another very solid break and retest level right here towards that 628.70. Next level below that is going to be the following zone, 627.80 to 627. That is all I have to fucking say. We will be green and losing will remain a personal choice. As it always is, man. We're green every single fucking week. Look at the results. So let's get into all the trades, man. In terms of the trades, I will say we did good. GWOR did a lot better in terms of trading, compared to what I did today. Today was not my overall day, but it wasn't like bad. It was just not our best overall day. But we did good. We did, especially in terms of like how it played out. We did, it was good overall. I mean, I'm gonna go over my trades as well. Mine weren't the best. I had one loss on calls yesterday. I crushed on calls. Today I had a loss on calls. And then I'm holding two swing trades. One's currently down and one's currently up. I made the swing trade on Webull. That's currently up and in the money. I went with 17.5 calls. But anyways, let's get into all the trades. So We're still green as fuck. Losing is still a personal choice. We're net fucking positive on the day. Multiple 100% profit returns. Now, obviously, compared to, Monday and Tuesday, this was our worst day of the week so far. But in terms of our worst week, it was still a multiple 100% profit return, right? So with that being said, let's get into it. 9:32 a.m. First trade on the day, 628 SPY puts for 40 cents a contract. So if you go to 9:32 a.m., you're going to see right here, you go to 628 SPY puts. This is where we got in on the puts. We got in right here. So as you can see, we literally got in towards the exact lows of the day. Low is 38 cents right here. It dropped to 31 cents. So we got in towards the exact lows overall. And in terms of what we ended up doing, when it was at 9:41 a.m., right here towards the exact lows, 9:41 a.m., we ended up adding to the position size. Adding to the position size at 36 cents, bringing our average to about 38 cents, right? So our average was 38 cents. In terms of where the trade quickly went to, it quickly went above 50 cents. So everybody knows inside of Team Roar, when you're up 10% plus, you're going to want to set a profit stop, because if you're up 10% plus you can lose just as fast as what you made. If you made a 10% return in a couple minutes, you can lose that in a couple minutes as well. If you made a 50%, if you're up 50% a minute, you can go down 50% a minute too. It can lose it all back. Sometimes it's going to go straight back. Sometimes it's going to keep on going up. And you just keep on moving the profit stop up higher. And then when it finally has that big rejection, you get profit stopped out, not where you set your profit stop at, where you moved it to. So it plays out differently, Sometimes it's just going to keep on trending up and you'll make massive gains. And then other times it's just going to go straight back down. But you're going to set that profit stop before that happens and move it higher so you collect the bulk of the gains. So 38 cent average to 50 cents plus is a fucking win. It's a fucking win, man. 38 cents to a high of 51 cents is well above 10%. In that particular situation, you're looking at about a 30% plus return, which is why we tell you all the time, make sure you set profit stops, because not every trade is going to go up multiple 100%. As you can see, every day is different, but we always end up net positive. In terms of fucking Tuesday was fucking amazing. Market open trade was 266%. In terms of this one, we added to the overall trade, which doubled the wins, and it went up 30%. So it's different each day. Some days you get multiple 100% returns. Some days you get 20 to 50% returns, right? But the point is, it all adds up. We have a system that works, but you have to trade the overall system. Set profit stops. Use a stream deck in terms of getting in on these trades. Market open orders, and use hotkeys. Use a stream deck. Get filled instantly on the overall trades. So 38 cents to 50 cents is a win. Obviously for us it's a smaller win, but it's not our fault. It's literally what the market did. The market went in our favor for the market open. In terms of the game plan, I had stated that if 631 reacts bearish, we're going to want to buy puts first. And it's pretty fucking wild, because in terms of these puts, it's quite disappointing that they didn't move bigger, because the SPY, if you look at the SPY today, it just had such a big drop. 629 all the way down to 626. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. The market literally fucking robbed us. Like, if you look at this fucking play, this is fucking insane, man. If you watched last night's video, I literally explained to you the same fucking thing. The most likely outcome was the same fucking thing's gonna happen. But look at this. How the fuck does this make any fucking sense, man? Like, this is fucked up, man. This is fucked up. For anyone who traded fucking yesterday, this is really fucked up. Like, how the fuck? Excuse me. That was I was referring to Tuesday there. Market didn't drop that much overall in terms of Wednesday, but this is what I want to. We still had a big drop. Fucking 632 to fucking 629.70. We still had a 2-point fucking drop, and the contracts, they didn't even move a lot, which is disappointing. But one of the reasons in terms of why that is, that could be one of the disadvantages as well in terms of going too far out of the money. Because if you go that far out, it's like, yeah, it's cheap, it's low risk, but for them to really move at times, they're going to get those biggest massive moves once they start to go in the money. The trade didn't go in the money, but it's just disappointing. And what's disappointing about it is, even though it didn't go in the money, it's like it didn't have to, because the move was still big and it happened so quickly. That's why I'm saying, like, it was very fucking disappointing that those puts, 628 didn't go up more. But if we did go closer in the money in that particular situation, the trade would have went in the money and it would have went up, So in that particular situation, it would have made more sense to go closer into the money. But in terms of like overall systems and strategies, in terms of Inside a Team Roar, we're focused on far out of the money 0-day options. But in this particular situation, if you did go closer in the money, you likely would have made a bigger percentage gain. I'm just saying that is fairly unfortunate with a 2-point drop that it didn't go up more than that. But if you were closer in the money, you would have made more bigger percentage on that. But, in terms of the next overall trade, let's get into this. 6:33 SPY calls. So this played out instantly. 11:56 a.m., 6:33 SPY calls for 33 cents. This is why you got to have your option chains open and ready, because sometimes, not all the time, these trades are genuinely going to play out instantly. This is literally where we got in. We got in towards the exact fucking lows right here, and it spiked all the way to 80 cents. And then the next minute, it spiked to 77 cents. And then it came crashing back down. And then it came back to life, ended up going to 115 cents. And then it went to 180 cents, closing very, very deep in the money. So that trade worked out, but you had to get in extremely quick. But if you did get in later on throughout the day, you could have gotten in at a much lower price. And then it pushed much higher, which what tends to happen is because we tend to trade the trend. You see it happen all the time. Now, in terms of our next trade here, we had SPX. This was the best trade on the day, man. It tends to always be these fucking SPX plays, man. You got to take the SPX plays. Look at this. So we had 3 wins in a row. The first one was a smaller win. The second one was more difficult, but if you got in and fucking held it, you would have won. So, it was more difficult because it played out immediately, but if you got fucking in later on, or if you just got in and held, it still would have been a nice win. So it was possible to win on, but it was difficult for some people because it played out so fucking quickly. But if you got in and held, you would have won at some point. This was the one that just fucking banked like crazy, right? So next trade at 1:46 p.m., SP fucking X. You go to SP fucking X, you're going to see right here, 1:46 p.m., we got in at 180 cents, 6355 SPX calls. And then we add to double the position size. So we doubled the position size at 1:50 p.m. So you go to right here, 1:56 p.m., and then you go to 1:50 p.m. We got in here, we added here. As you can see, when we're getting in and when we added, it was the biggest volume spikes on the overall day for these contracts. Now, in terms of where we ended up closing that out, you're going to see right here, and then look, adding again, 1:53 p.m., tripling the position size. So this is the trade that makes your entire day. The first trade, smaller win. Second trade, you either didn't take it or you held it, you won at some point, or it was just a dud, didn't do much. The third trade is your biggest win on the day. And this is why it's so big. Not just because it was the biggest percentage gain where this quickly went from 100 cents to 530 cents. It literally went up fucking 500% there. But it's because we tripled the position size. Look at this. Adding, triple the position size. This is how you get rich in the market. You add to winners quickly when you're up a little bit. And the reason why we add to winners is because when we're up a small percentage, we tend to go up a lot. So it makes sense to add quickly. And if you set a profit stop, it's impossible to go green to red. You set the profit stop, you get stopped out for a profit. You move the profit stop up higher, it's going to ensure that you get profit stopped out where you moved it to, not where you originally set it to. So if the market has a big move against your trade, you're going to get profit stopped out where you moved it to, not where you originally set it to, right? It protects you. And it protects your extra position size that you're putting in, extra risk that you're potentially taking on, but it's not really considered a big risk even though you're adding because you set the profit stop. That is why the profit stop is going to protect it, right? You could be risking 1R multiple, you double, triple the position size, all of a sudden you have 2 to 3R multiples in your trade, and R multiple is your max risk per trade. What you put into the option contract is the most you're willing to lose, meaning you could just let these trades expire worthless and goes to zero. You don't even need a stop loss. We don't use stop losses. 7 out of 10 times we enter a trade, we're right about the trend. If it drops 50% of dead play, it comes back to life and it goes fucking green. So this is the system on how you can get rich within the fucking market with far the money zero-dated options. It's the best system to trade far the money zero-dated options on. No stop losses. Whatever you're putting into the trade, if it goes to zero, that's your max risk per trade. You know, other traders, they set a stop loss, and when they get stopped out, that's the most they're willing to risk. With us, what you put into the trade, no stop loss, is the same fucking thing, except there's no fucking stop loss. It's just your max risk per trade, which could be 1%, 2%, 3% of your account. The bigger the account, the less you have to risk percentage. The smaller your account, the more you have to risk percentage. The bigger your account, the less you have to grow it percentage, and you can focus more on dollars. The smaller the account, the more you have to focus on growing in percentage. You know, not focused on big gains with a small account, not focused on big dollar gains with a smaller account, focused on big percentage gains. And then it turns into big dollars within time if you grow it and compound it, right? So those are some differences between big and small accounts. But all you need is one contract to get started, you know, 180 cents, adding, doubling the position size, tripling the position size. I mean, this is how you get fucking rich in the market. If you watch the videos every single fucking day, and if you're in Team Roar and participate, and you could see like, this is working every single fucking day. We are net fucking positive. Our system prints non-fucking stop. We have hundreds of members who've been with us for years inside of our community. For those of you who've been there within time, you're well aware in terms of like who I'm talking about, and the same, you know, faces and people who come, who are there and who come back. But you're gonna see like, and you know, who are leveling up, who are evolving. But you're gonna see like, this is how you get fucking rich in the market, man. Look at this, 200 cents. 270 cents. These are the quotes moving in real fucking time. You don't even have to look at the fucking option charts. You can just look at the fucking quotes moving in real fucking time. These fucking quotes are probably moving quicker than you're viewing it on the option charts. For a lot of people, these fucking quotes move at the speed of fucking light. So that's the trade that makes your fucking day. And you see, look at this, in the money, in the money, in the money. Trade goes in the fucking money. Now look at this. This is where it gets fucking crazy. Calls are up 400%. What are we doing? Profit stops. Look at this. 2:26 p.m. Now set profit stops. You see that? You go to 2:26 p.m. You're going to see right here, look. This is 2:26 p.m. right here. The exact highs, 2:26 p.m. Set profit stops. It goes from 510 to 380. Boom. Your profit stopped out. As soon as that message is sent, you set your profit stopped out. And look at that. As soon as that happens, it was the exact high. And it was one of the biggest volume spikes. And then look, minutes later, it dropped all the way down to 200. This is why you have to set profit stops. If something goes up 10%, 50%, 100% within a minute, within a couple minutes, it can lose all of that just as quickly or even quicker than it went up. You know? It's like a fucking balloon going up in the fucking sky. It keeps on fucking going higher and higher and higher. Then eventually, it fucking pops. And it comes straight back fucking down. This is why you need to set profit stops. This is why you need to move your profit stops up higher. This is why you need to listen when we're up fucking 400% on a fucking trade to set a fucking profit stop. Because if you don't set the fucking profit stop, 4 minutes later, it goes from fucking 500 to fucking 200. That's a massive fucking difference. This is why you need to have your option chains open and ready. This is why you need to be buying at market orders. This is why you need to be using hotkeys, using a stream deck to execute these trades in one button. You know, I'm trying to show you guys in terms of the market, decades of experience, systems out there. This is what you're fucking up against. You're either fucking with us, or in a way, you're kind of going against us in a sense by not having access to this. If you want to know what a decades of fucking experience looks like, the best fucking system in the market, I'm fucking showing you. This is what it looks like. This is what you're going up against every single day. We have the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system on the fucking planet. And we tell you guys all the time, use market orders, use a stream deck, or use hotkeys, and you have to speed. You need to get better at being quick. You need to have notifications turned on, option chains open and ready, and you need fucking speed. Speed is fucking key. Whatever you can do with your platform, fucking speed. Whatever you can do to fucking make your fucking internet speed, fucking speed. Whatever you can fucking do to be locked the fuck in and fucking click the fucking button at the speed of fucking light and just be fucking ready, be fucking rooted on your fucking setup. No fucking distractions, a clear fucking signal. That's what you gotta fucking do, man. You gotta print at the speed of fucking light. This is how quickly it's done. Calls in the fucking money. Quotes moving. Set profit stops. It's like that. Set fucking profit stops. That's at the exact fucking peak. You think that's a fucking accident? No, because we were buying at the exact lows. How the fuck is it an accident to sell the peak when you buy at the lows? You think that's luck? If we're buying at the lows, how is it luck if we sold the peak? That means we're the fucking best. If we can buy low and sell the peak, there's no fucking luck. What's the luck? We bought at the exact low and we sold the exact peak. The fuck? We're the fucking best. So, as you can see, losing is a personal choice. In terms of all the trades combined with those 3 wins, we're talking over a fucking 500% return. You could have made a 500% return on those 3 trades alone. 2 days before that, you could have made over a 2,800% return. So in terms of net collectively, that's now up over 33 fucking 100%. Now, here's what you need to understand. When you are green enough to walk away, which is like one big win like this is a big win, not only percentage-wise, but it's a massive fucking win because we tripled the position size. Cannot stress that enough, man. When you're up 100%, and before you're up 100%, when you're up like 20%, 10%, and you're adding, doubling, tripling your position size, that smaller win is now a massive fucking win, especially if it goes to fucking 100% plus. This was a 400% return on a tripled position size. What this means is this trade alone should be able to hold you for a few fucking days. In terms of risk management 101, if you're getting in at fucking 180, you're putting in $180 into something, and you're fucking selling it at fucking 500, right? So you're making a $320 profit on that per contract. And you're tripling your fucking position size. If you're risking like a couple percentage of your account on this trade, and then you put in 2 to 3 more R multiples, you could think about it like this. The entry is 1 R multiple, 1, 2, 3% of your account, your max risk, whatever you want to risk, right? If you have an account very, very large, you don't even have to risk a percentage. Risk just money, you know? You don't have to look at percentage-wise. Obviously, it'd be a small percentage, but you can look at it as just money. I just want to risk, $500 on this trade. And if you have a big account, that's a very, very small percentage. You can look at it as just dollars, right? So what you put in is your max risk. But the way to put in more by not risking more is to add to winners, not to losers. If you add to a loser, you can keep losing, It's not going to fucking save you. It's adding to a loser isn't going to save you. But if you add to a fucking win in this particular situation, what I wanted to make by that is when I say it's not going to save you, it's not going to save you from not losing more money. If you add to a loser, you're putting yourself in a position where you can lose more money because you're already down. But if you add to a winner, and this is what everyone trading farther money zero day options does, they add to fucking winners with the proper systems. This is the best system. When you add to a winner, it's impossible for you to go red because you set a profit stop. You set a profit stop, it's impossible to go green to fucking red, and then you have plays like these that just go straight up and you don't get profit stopped out, so they go up multiple 100% returns. It's not going to happen like that all the time. I showed you what the first 2 trades looked like that beforehand. The first one was a small win, and it quickly lost gains. The second one played out like that, but it went lower, and then it went higher, so it could have been something if you didn't get into the speed of fucking light, right? This one was fucking amazing. So the point is, as long as you're trading the overall system, you should be fucking printing like crazy. But this one trade alone should be able to hold someone for a few fucking days. If you're making a fucking 300% plus return, that should be able to hold you for fucking days. Because we tripled the position size. It triples the fucking gains, right? Now, this is the other point in terms of our system with Risk Management 101. So in terms of that particular situation, that's risking $4,500 on 30 contracts and selling at $15,900, making an $11,400 profit on that, 3 for 3. Now, this is the point that I want to make. When you're green enough to walk away, which like I said is like 100% plus win, or especially if we're doubling, tripling position size, have a nice win, one great trade, right? Then if you choose to keep on trading, the most risk is 25 to 50% of your gain, right? Obviously, if your account is very, very small, you're going to have to risk more. So you need to calculate that on the overall prices on the contracts and see if you could even take the risk without giving back the majority of your gains. If not, then just call it. But the point being is, the rule is when you're green enough to walk away, you can just call it for the day. But if you choose to keep on trading, or as we call it, winning, because this is always a net positive system, no matter what happens, it's always fucking net positive. That's why we don't even call it trading anymore. We just call it winning. Because no matter what the fuck happens, if we have like 3 100% losses in a row tomorrow, which rarely ever happens, we'll have a 1,000% return. We'll be up 700%. That's why we call this winning. It's a winning fucking system. And we add to winners, which doubles the triples the gains, and we don't add to losers. So how the fuck are we ever going to go fucking red? Especially when the percentage gains are always bigger than the percentage losses. We have a high win rate, not that we don't need it, and we add to the winners, which doubles the triples the gains. How the fuck are we going to go red? Especially for those of you with a decent cushion. Obviously, if you're starting with a smaller amount of money, then yes, you are exposed to more risk. You are put in a situation that it's going to be harder to become successful. But there's also advantages to starting with a small account in terms of educational reasons and learning. You're going to be able to see things that most people with large accounts will never see. And you got to start somewhere, right? But you don't have to start with a small account. That's a choice. What you decide to start within the market. What you decide to start within the market, which you're going to come into the market with, right? But with that being said, in terms of the next trade, this is the point I was making. When you're green enough to walk away, if you choose, not that you have to keep trading, but if you choose to keep trading, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. If we have some red trades and you get back 25 to 50%, just call it, because we're never going to go green to red, no matter what. What that means is, if we have a big win starting off the day, like we had here, and then we make 10 more trades on the day, and the next 10 trades are all losses on the day, that means that we're still green on the day. And the reason why is, when you are green enough to walk away, and I'm showing you what that looks like, something like this, right? 100% plus win, but this is a 400% win, right? So 100% plus win bare minimum, or if we're doubling, tripling the size on like a 100% win, right? When you're green enough to walk away, no matter what the fuck we do on the fucking day, losing is a choice, going green to red is a choice, the most you risk is 50%. You know your account size. You know what to do in terms of what I just said, and in terms of what you can do with the overall cushion and what you have. You should be able, you should you know what to do in your situation, right? But the point is, what I'm making on this, when we're green enough to walk away in terms of how the system works for the day, if we have 10 losses in a row on that day, it doesn't matter because we're green enough to walk away. No matter what the fuck we do, the most we risk is 25 to 50% of our realized gains if we choose to keep on winning after when we're green and win enough to walk away. So after that, we had a loss on SPX, 100% loss, so the trade before that was a 400% win. It was a tripled position size. Then we had a 100% loss. So it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter at all. We're green enough to fucking walk away. We already had 3 wins fucking before that. It doesn't fucking matter. It's fucking irrelevant. So next trade, 6350 SPX puts for 145 cents a contract. This one quickly went to 200 cents. You can see right here, 145 cents, 145 cents, 150 cents, 155 cents. The reason why, as soon as we get in on a trade and there's quotes dropping, it's to fucking show you that you can get in at these fucking prices. This is when we drop the trade, 1:46 p.m. This is 1:47 p.m. These are the quotes moving in real time. It's a pure reflection in a mirror. It's basically a mirror fucking drop. It's a reflection of, okay, this is the alert. This is the notification. Go into your phone, go into your desktop. These are the quotes. These are the prices on the fucking quotes. So this right here is a direct mirror on how fucking long it takes you to get the fuck in. And it's also a mirror on how fucking quick we print at the speed of fucking light. So some people are quick and they get in right here. And then other people aren't as quick and they get in like right fucking here. Or they get in like right fucking here, right? It's all fucking choice. To be fucking well equipped with precision, like a fucking sniper, to be rooted, to be fucking planted in fucking stillness and fucking execute these trades at the speed of fucking light. To have a proper system with clear signals, no distractions, no bullshit fucking notifications on your fucking phone or desktop. Just the notifications that you need, that you fucking want, that are gonna print money at the speed of fucking light. It's all the fucking choice, man, on how you decide to set up your overall system. We give you the system. It's your choice on how you decide to set up your trading station, your trading system. We tell you to use market orders. We tell you to use a stream deck. Use fucking hotkeys. Be fucking ready to print. Have notifications on. We're not in a situation where we can just personally come to your door and fucking make the trades for you in person. This is what we do, right? It's your choice, your decision on what the fuck you're going to do with this overall system and how you're going to use it to your overall advantage. So with that being said, next trade after that was another loss. was a loss. 6355 SPX puts didn't work out. So 4 for 6, 3 massive fucking wins in a row. In terms of the massive one, it took the third trade, right? The third trade. Then a loss, a win, and a loss. And as you can see, when we're green enough to walk away, when you have a big win, risk fucking less. You know, the reason why we're taking these SPX trades at 50 cents. 50 cents, oh, it's a loss, who gives a fuck? 55 cents, oh, it's a loss, who gives a fuck? And the reason why I say that is not just because we're green enough to walk away, but it's because we do this because it's going to go to 500. That's why. When it works, it's going to go to 500. So we don't fucking care if 50 go to 0, because when it works, which it tends to do, and with us on a trade like that, like, it's going to fucking work. Like, if it didn't work those 2 times, I mean, this just goes to show you. Like, we had the first one on SPX was a 400% win, and we tripled the position size. The losers, we didn't add to the losses, so they're even smaller losses. And it kind of gives you like a reflection. You know, the first one was a 400% win, and we tripled the position size, which is great. And then you had one right here. This one was 100% loss. This one was like a 33% win, and then this one was 100% loss. So it gives you kind of a reflection of what it ends up being, right? But yeah, that's why we do it, because, you know, the big wins like this, and then when it doesn't work out, it's small fucking wins. You know, YOLOs, you put in $50 to make fucking $300 to $500. It's gonna fucking hit, man. We have the highest win rate in the game. It's gonna always be net positive. So with that being said, losing is a personal choice. Net positive on the overall day. In terms of the trades that I ended up making, this was one of my worst days in a while. It wasn't like it wasn't like bad. It was just like, in terms of our performance, you guys know our performance is fucking, like, we're the absolute best. In terms of my performance, it just wasn't that great. But I did the right moves in terms of exiting. First things first, I'm not the best overall trader at market open. That's not my biggest strength. I trade better during the middle of the day, and trade best at power hour. So I took 3 trades directly at market open, which is something I rarely do. But you guys know I've been very excited and passionate and doing well with the overall memes that have been popping up, and I saw a lot of opportunities, and I wanted to just get in on something that can make massive wins, and I saw multiple chart setups. I was also well aware that there was going to be a good opportunity on SPY, but unfortunately the stocks that I chose didn't follow SPY, which is very fucking unfortunate. That's one of the disadvantages in terms of, like, penny stocks, you know, likely not going to follow SPY, and if you don't take the SPY, then you miss out. But like I said, we had the SPX calls, so that fucking killed it. But I took this trade on Lucid at 32 cents. I did Lucid calls, donut. I did fucking donut calls. I'm still fucking in these. I swinged these donut calls. Lucid, I sold for basically break even. I got out of that at like 28. Yeah, I sold it at 28 cents. I only lost 4 cents a contract. Like I said, normally I don't cut losses. I just let them expire worthless to 0. But in this particular situation, I recognized something just wasn't, you know, price action was shit, and I'm not the best morning trader. And I made a lot of fucking trades. So I kind of felt them all out, and I realized, like, I need to get out of this one. I need to get out of this one. And then I became confident on Kohl's, and I added to it. And then this was the bigger loser. So this one basically got at 32 cents, sold at 28, fucking not even a fucking loss. This one I'm down on. I swing trade this one. And then Kohl's, this was basically the loser. Had a nice win on this yesterday. Get back some gains on it today. Trading it again. It happens. You know. But in terms of that overall trade, I sold it at 46 cents. I got in at 75 cents, sold at 46 cents. So not too bad. They only lost, you know, like 30 cents a contract, whatever the fuck. And then this one's working out. This is the one that's fucking printing, right? So in terms of my day, it was just, in terms of like the trades that I made, it was just like more just shitty break even and one loss. That's really what it was. I'm still holding donuts. That can come back to life, but I really don't. I don't have too much confidence in that play. My confidence is in Webull. This is where I took my biggest size. You know, when I cut Kohl's, I moved to Webull, and I took the Webull trade based off the game plan yesterday, and also based off of, you know, that it was likely going to somewhat follow SPY, I figured. But just along with the pattern that I've been seeing on Webull, and you can see it's already working out fucking phenomenally. Went to 1780s, right? So within time, my target for that is going to be in the 20 range. But in terms of this overall trade, you know, it expires July 25th. I'm in at 105 cents. It's already deeper in the money. So we'll see where it goes. If we go into the mid 18s tomorrow, I'm looking to cut this tomorrow. I'm looking to get out tomorrow. If anything, at the most, leave a runner for Friday. But I'm definitely looking to close this out tomorrow on an overall green day. We got the breakout, we got the retest, we got the green, red, green, like I told you, where then this previous resistance is going to try to turn into a higher floor, and this is going to break out. The same fucking pattern that I showed you in that video literally worked to a T. Watch last night's video, watch the game plan on SPY, watch the game plan on Webull. It worked out to a T, and this was, of course, the trade that I fucking banked on was the one where I had a clear game plan on. You know, Coles wasn't mentioned in the game plan, Donut wasn't mentioned in the fucking game plan, but fucking Webull was, and of course, that's the one that went deep in the money, and it's already fucking printing, right? So, in terms of my day, really not much. Had a loss on Coles, like 40%. Donut, I'm fucking down on, and it's just not looking good. Do not fucking get, I wouldn't recommend that one. Do not fucking get on that one when we got fucking Webull, but I just held it for the fuck of it because I was just down so much on it percentage-wise. I figured, you know, why the fuck not? I have so much fucking time, I'll just fucking hold it, you know? Cut Coles at 40%, and then Webull's up nicely. So, again, not my greatest day, but not like a bad day. So just more of kind of like just a break-even, slower day. But with all the trades combined, we fucking crushed it. And big shout out to Giro, man, for fucking crushing it. The fucking results, man. We have the best real-time zero-day option trailer system in the fucking market. These are the absolute best fucking trades, man. So for those of you who want to trade alongside us and get access to our community of traders, you're going to see multiple multimillionaires in here. You're going to see a lot of, you know, you're going to see decade of experience in here. You're going to see traders sharing their analysis, sharing their charts, sharing some of their trades. You're going to see, you know, you're getting access to the best real-time zero-day options train alert system, updated key levels every single day, where to go long, right? Where to go long, where to go short. X zone is the zone not looking to trade in terms of, you know, that updated overall game plan, right? In terms of shared key levels. You plug this into your Thinkorswim. This is the broker we recommend you to trade options on, zero dates. Schwab, Thinkorswim. And, you know, risk management 101, real-time trade analysis, real-time zero-day options trade alert system, where to enter, where to set profit stops, where to add to winners. And like I said, we just let the trades expire where listing goes to zero. Vast majority of the time when they don't work out. 7 out of 10 times when they're down 50%, they come back to life and go green because we trade the trend. We don't even have to time the trades perfectly, but when they fucking do, it's the biggest fucking gains. And when they're not timed perfectly, they come back to life 7 out of 10 fucking times because we trade the fucking trend. The market has massive fucking moves to bring these out of monies in the money within time if you're patient, hold them like we do. So it's a different overall style of trading. It's a different system. You're not going to be able to find anything like this anywhere else. If you would like to join us and trade alongside us, it's the first link down below in the description. I'm telling you, we're going to finish this week very, very strong. This week, these 3 days, every single day has been green. We're up over 3,000%. That means out of every win, every loss, we're up over 3,000%. And you got to remember, that doesn't include all of the wins that we added to. If you want to see, like in terms of how you get rich, it's not just by making a lot of trades. So think about it. To get a 3,000% return, we had to make a lot of trades. And some of those trades were 100% losses. Like I said, sometimes you're going to have 100% loss on SPX, 100% loss on SPX. Sometimes it takes 2 losses on SPX to make a 400% return on SPX, right? It's greener to go. It's easier to go greener in a sense, especially psychologically when you already have the SPX play up 400% first, and then you know you're just green enough to walk away, right? It's easier to go green in that situation, especially if you have a small account. But the point being is, you know, we'll have some 100% losses, but the wins always outweigh the losses. It's the biggest percentage gains, and we have the highest win rate doing this. You know, this isn't something where like we have a 33% win rate and we have 200% losses, then we hit a 500% to 1,000% play. It's like, no, we have a high win rate. We have a very high win rate, and we have different systems. What I want you to understand is we have multiple systems. Inside of this system, we have different systems, and each system is going to have different systems, you know? In terms of SPX, the SPX system is a system where it makes sense where, you know, you really don't need a high win rate at all because you're literally taking YOLOs where you're putting in 50 cents, $50 a contract, and 1 or 2 of those goes to zero. You lose $50 on each contract, you're down $100, and then the third one hits, and you sell the third one at fucking, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500 a contract, sometimes $1,000 plus. you're going to see in terms of the SPX system, the win rate, it just doesn't even fucking matter at all. I mean, we have a high win rate with it. We definitely have the highest win rate in the game with it, but you're going to see like with a win rate as low as 33%, you're going to be like, dude, losing's a personal choice. Trading SPX with a 33% win rate, you're going to be like, okay, 100% loss, 100% loss, just lost $100, one contract each, $50 each, down $100. Take the next trade, boom, sell it at 3 to 500. You're fucking net positive, 33% win rate, losing's a personal choice, right? In terms of SPY or fucking win rate's fucking insane, man. You're going to see on the fucking SPY trades, it's for the morning fucking trades. Fuck, we have the best morning trades, man. We have the best power hour trading session. We have the best morning fucking morning trading session. You're going to see the fucking SPY system. The win rate's through the fucking roof, man. The gains are through the fucking roof. Look, man, join the group. If you're serious about making money and trading alongside us, join us. You're going to love the group. You're going to love the community. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. You're going to evolve. You're going to level up. You're going to be surrounded by multimillionaires, decade of experience. You're going to gain access to the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system within the fucking market, man. Look, I'm being very honest with you. It's nice. This is nice. This is a nice fucking system, man. This is a nice system. We print at the speed of fucking light. Losing's a personal fucking choice. And I'm telling you, man, look at the fucking results. Look at the fucking gains. Look at the fucking wins. It's non-fucking stop. All we do is win. All we do is print. We're always net positive. Oh, we had 3 losses in a row? Good. Losing's a choice. We're still net positive. Oh, we had a red day? Good. Losing's a choice. We're still net positive for the week. Losing is all a fucking choice, man. Especially for those of you who have somewhat of a cushion. If you're wondering like what a cushion is with trading farther than zero dates, like 2,500 to 5,000. Obviously, the more you have, the better. And the more money you have, the less you have to focus on growing percentage-wise. The more you can just focus on, okay, this is the lifestyle I want to live. This is what I want my trading to be. These are my overall goals and stuff like that for income. And then you can just focus more on dollars and not compounding your account and stuff like that. Trying to compound your account, it's a double-edged sword. If you try to compound your account and don't take any money out, then you could quickly lose a lot as well, right? There's pros and cons to doing it. We encourage people to compound their account, but to also take out some profit every single week. You can grow your account and still compound it, but just not leave it all in there. Every single Friday, pay yourself in a sense. Obviously, if you have a small account, maybe take a little bit out just to feel a part of the system and to get that overall like paycheck and reward. But obviously with a small account, it's really, you're focused on growing the account. You're not focused on, trying to make a fuck ton of money and get rich. You're trying to focus on learning trading, learning the principles, learning the system, gaining fucking experience. You can always come back within the market and start with more fucking money. But at the end of the day, everyone should start small because you have to start somewhere. And when you start small, you see through everything. If you start big, you might not see a lot of things that, people starting big with. If you start at the fucking top, it's a quick way to go straight to the fucking bottom. If you start from the bottom and work your way up, then you fucking earned it and you see the journey and what the fuck it took to get to the fucking top. So it's the first thing down below in the description. If you want to learn, trade alongside us and gain experience. In terms of WAP.com, they fit the WAP. There's tens of thousands of companies. We just ranked. We're ranking top 100. We were just like, I checked the leaderboard. We were on 84 today, with most money made, biggest company on WAP. We ranked 84 out of like tens of thousands worldwide on that. And they featured us on WAP and their website. In the blog post, you can research it. Just type in WAP and Team Roar. They featured us as one of the best and top option trading companies. But in terms of other companies on that list, they don't have real-time zero-day options trading alert systems. And what I'm telling you is, in terms of what you're truly getting access to, and in terms of like the unfair advantage that what we have that others don't, we have a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. And it's the best trades, and it's not just buy and sell alerts. It's the best system in the market. With our decade of experience trading, we've realized there's no way to improve this system. No stop losses. Max risk per trade is what you put into the trade, meaning whatever you put into the contracts and it goes to zero, that's what you lose, right? So when traders set a stop loss and they get stopped out, there's no surprise. That's what they lose. But they get stopped out, their max risk per trade. They put in a certain amount of money, they get stopped out, and they lose their max risk per trade. With us, there's no stop loss. What you put in is your max risk per trade. If the contract expires worthless and goes to zero, you lose your max risk per trade. No surprise, no shock. The most you lose is what you put into the naked zero-day options, your max risk per trade. Now, obviously, you can put more in a safe way. Not by adding to losers, but by adding to winners. Add to winners, double to triple the gains, double to triple the position sizes, set the profit stops, move the profit stops up higher. Listen, man, within the past 2 days alone, we've had nearly 100 people join our group. We hit a point within our community, within our group, where I'm fucking telling you, we're pushing all-time fucking highs. Understand? It's a fucking explosion. We are going straight to the fucking top. It's your fucking choice if you want to come along with us, man. Gain experience, level up, trade alongside us, decade of experience within the trading, surround yourself with multimillionaires, surround yourself with traders who've been trading alongside us for years. They've been subscribed to us for years. We have the lowest churn rate in the game. 90% of people choose to stay with us every single month. Every single time we get a new customer, 9 out of 10 of them stay with us every single time for the long term, because they see the potential, they see the value, they see it's worth the investment. You can write it off as, you can write it off as a business expense on your taxes. You can write this off. It's an investment. You could write this off, trading services, education, trading alerts, news services. You can write all this stuff off. It's part of the expense and cost of trading. Because like I said, at the end of the day, as traders, we're all up against this, like I said, if you're wondering, what does the best look like? I'm showing you. This is what it looks like. This is what you're competing against within the fucking market. You're either with us, or in some type of way, you could potentially be against us if you don't get the information. It is what it fucking is, man. We are fairly priced. We're not overpriced. We could charge a lot more, and we can attract much more. We already attract them, but we can, if we wanted to, we can just focus on, charging a lot more and just securing people who have larger accounts. But we don't do that, and we charge fair prices because we know our system works not just for large accounts, but for small accounts. So instead of charging a fuck ton more and what we're actually fucking worth, we charge a fair fucking price because we understand for small accounts, it's tough as shit and they need to get started, and you can get started with one contract. But we also have that understanding of, in terms of our clientele, we don't want people with just big accounts. We want people with small accounts. And in order to get someone with a small account, you can't charge a fuck ton of money. They're not going to be able to fucking stay, right? So in a way, it's like, if we want a certain client as well, we have to charge a certain price. And our price is very, very fair. Like I said, hundreds of traders have been with us for years. Same faces. You'll see them within the chat. Literally, one of them just came back today. One of them's been gone for fucking months. Still subscribed. He's been a fucking ghost for months. Some people recognized him within the chat today. He came back. So it happens all the time, man. But with that being said, man, if you want to trade alongside us and grow and get results and see what the fuck it takes, and to see and experience what is within this market, and if you want to see, something unique, something rare, fucking sacred, fucking results, fucking decade of experience, multi-millionaires, fucking print at the speed of fucking light. If you want to fucking print, this is the best opportunity to do so. It's the first link down below within the description. You're also gaining access. This track record goes on for years. This track record goes on for years and years and years. It's all dated, all time-stamped. You can go on demand, think or swim, go back to the exact trades. You could try to decode everything it is that we're fucking doing. We got a lot of people watching us and watching our every fucking move, man, trying to decode what we do, trying to do something on however the fuck they want to try to use our fucking system, man. So I'm telling you, it's the first link down below in the description. You'll see whenever we take a trade, it's the biggest volume spike on the fucking day. That's us getting in. That's our fucking team getting fucking in. Option chains open and ready. If we're entering trades that are going up 100% in 2 fucking minutes, you better believe everyone's going to be fucking ready to take those trades, because it can go up that fucking quickly in 2 minutes. And then when it goes up that much, you can have some fucking new person who joined the group. They're going to fucking go, oh man, could I still get in? What if it goes up another 500%? Like, dude, it's already up 200%. Wait for the next fucking play. Get fucking quicker. Get planted. Get fucking stilled. Get fucking rooted. Use the fucking stream deck. Use fucking hotkeys. Cut off all distractions. Clear fucking signal. Stillness. Get it to fucking together, man. Like, I'm showing you, this is what the fuck you're up against. This is a direct mirror. This is where we get in. As soon as we get in, we type the fucking price. That's a mirror. That's a mirror drop right there. This is the price moving. Are you in here? Are you in here? Are you in here? Are you in here? What? Oh, something. Oh, you in here? Oh, you want to get in here? Oh, no, like it's a fucking mirror, man. This is a fucking mirror. This mirror is so much. Just this. You guys should look at this as a direct mirror. This could be a direct reflection of how you're following the trades. When you get the notification, what the fuck are you doing? What, are you fucking just staring at the fucking notification? Are you trying to make a decision? Should I take this trade? Like, what the fuck are you doing? When you get a fucking notification, what the fuck are you doing? By the time you decide to make a move, or by the time you make a move, where are you? Are you fucking here? Like, fucking time it. Does it take you fucking a minute, 2 minutes? Get a fucking stopwatch and time it. It should take you 20 fucking seconds at the absolute most. If you're quick, 10 fucking seconds. You have this open and ready. You have notifications on. You hear a fucking bell. You hear the fucking noise. You can make a custom fucking noise, whatever the fuck you want. When you hear the fucking noise, you look at your fucking screen, in your charts, everything should be open and fucking ready with your orders. You know, you push a fucking button on a stream deck, market fucking order, everything's linked up. You should be able to do that in 10 to 20 fucking seconds. So again, this is all a reflection on what the fuck you're doing. This is what we're doing. This is where the price is going. This is where we're adding. So what the fuck are you doing within all of this? You know, it's a direct mirror. It's a direct reflection of what the fuck is going on. So it's all 100% alerted in real time. It's been documented for fucking years. We have hundreds of members who've been with us for years. We planted the seeds, man. We are fucking set. Our company ranks top 100 out of tens of thousands every single fucking day. Like, we're fucking set, man. This company alone, with everything we've done, with everything we had, with everything we've done, with everything we have, you know, in terms of virtual real estate, in terms of, you know, everything within the company, you know, in terms of our user base, our company is worth over 8 figures. If we were to try to sell this company, this would be worth over 8 figures. That's how much this is overall worth. Like I said, we have the highest churn rate in the game. Every 10 people who join, 9 of them choose to stay. It's the highest churn rate. We don't even have to acquire new customers. They all fucking stay. So within time, it compounds like fucking crazy because we just keep on getting new numbers. Like, this is why, in a way, like, you see, like, we just focus on fucking trading, man, because we know we're the best at what we do. Like, part of our system is retaining our customers, is retaining our base, is 9 out of 10 of them choosing to stay long term. It's like, this is why we don't need new customers. This is why we don't need to go viral. This is why we can, you know, get less customers or grow at more of a slower pace in terms of getting new customers, because the compound effect, it's a snowball effect, man. And what I'm telling you is the same fucking thing can happen for you, not for all of you, but for some of you. The format's going to work. You're going to love it, and you're going to see this system can fucking compound your account. It's compounded my account. It's compounded fucking hundreds of people's accounts inside of Team Roar. They're making $500 to $1,000 a day. It's not going to work out for everyone. And trading is not for everyone. But the point being is, we do what we do because we're passionate about it, because we're the absolute best at what we do. We're highly competitive. And, you know, we love building communities. We love building businesses. And we know what we bring to the table. And we know we're doing something good. And we know it doesn't work out for everyone, but it works out for some people. But in order to figure out if it works for you, you have to try. You have to take a leap. You have to try and gain that experience. And if you're already within this market, you're already trading the game plans, you know, going green before you even join the group, gaining experience, leveling up with the curriculum, with the game plans, then I would really encourage you, you know, especially if you're more experienced as well, to join the group. If you're using the game plans, you're becoming self-sufficient, you want to gain more experience with us, gain a closer insight, closer access, gain access to the best trades, I would encourage you to do it. I'm telling you, it should genuinely be a requirement for every single trader to join Team Roar at some point. And the reason why I say that is we have something that works. Now, it's not going to work for everyone, but it's basically free to get in. And the reason why I say it's free to get in is because it depends how you look at it. I'm already giving you game plans where if you use the game plan, use the curriculum, you can make money before you join the group. So you can make back the cost to join the group before you even join the group. That's how it could be free to get in. And another way on how it's free to kind of stand in the way, this is a tax write-off. So if you're making money, you can deduct this. This is a business expense, right? You can write this off. You know, part of being successful is having certain business expenses. You know, it's not just trying to save all your fucking money and trying to, it's like figuring out what should I spend my money on, where if I don't spend money on, it's going to cost me money. That's part of business. That's part of making money. You know, what is it? Okay, so I have money, right? And there's plenty of ways to grow money and plenty of things to do with money and move and stuff like that. But with this cash flow I have coming in, what are the expenses that I should have, where if I do have these expenses, it's like they're not even expenses because they're going to make me more money. Meaning it's a fucking investment, but it's like a no fucking brainer. That's what I'm saying. There's things out there, you know, people do well and people make money, but they don't have certain minuses. They don't have certain things. They don't have certain business expenses. And it's costing them fucking money, because if they had those minuses, those negatives, those fucking business expenses, they'd actually be making more fucking money. So by them not having it, they're actually losing more fucking money by not having it. This is part of the game, man. You have to invest into tools, into resources, into systems. And this is the system that a fuck ton of traders have chose to invest their time and money into. And it's affordable. And yes, it's a recurring fee. You can't just fucking stay here forever fucking free. It doesn't work like that. This is a recurring fee. This is a monthly recurring business, right? It's a serious professional business. And we're looking for serious traders who are interested in making fucking money and who are interested in learning and fucking growing, ideally experienced. So, you know, our format works for many fucking people. And part of our, you know, in terms of part of this company is getting everyone in and trying to get the right people in too. But at the end of the day, like, you got to experience it to truly fucking know, you know? So we get people in and we know, you know, a lot of people, the format's going to work for them. So it's fucking amazing. And like I said, if it doesn't work out for you, you just cancel and you move the fuck on. But at the end of the day, no matter fucking what, I can assure you, no matter fucking what, you will see and witness that we have the best trades. We have the best trades, and we don't just have the best trades, we have the best systems. There's no way to improve our system. No stop loss, max risk per trade you put into the trade, set profit stops, add to winners, move profit stops up higher. We thought of every fucking thing we can do. Far out the many options give you the most options within the market. They cut through all the illusions where you need a high win rate to be successful, and they allow you to create systems. The beauty of far the many options is it allows you to create systems where you don't need a stop loss, max risk per trade, add to wins, to double to triple the gains, set profit stops to protect that, move the profit stops up higher. It's the best fucking system in the fucking market, man. If you start trading the way we trade, it's going to change your entire perspective, man. We hold our fucking trades for fucking ever. We'll be down 50% on fucking plays, hold for fucking hours, comes back to life, it goes fucking green, no fucking stop loss, losing is a choice. Listen, man, join the group. This is a company where basically, like I said, everyone should be required to try it out. It's not going to be for everyone, and it's real. So for some of you, you're going to be like, wow, it's not just the company. It's me. Trading just isn't for fucking me. And you know, if it's not for you right now, maybe in the future it will be. You know, maybe just right now it's not for you. But maybe later on in the future it could be for you. But the point being is, this is real. You're not getting involved into something that is just solely educational, right? Or into something that's not like fucking real. This is a real fucking company, a real fucking system, real fucking traders, real multimillionaires, decade of experience that fucking print. So at the end of the day, one thing you're definitely going to get is you're going to be able to witness this, but you're going to be able to fucking see if trading's for you or not. You're going to see, okay, this is what's out there. This is where I'm at. The format's not working out for me. Oh, maybe trading's just not for me. Or, okay, I tried it. I gave it a shot. I took the leap. This is just not for me. And that's completely fine. Trading is not for everyone. Most traders lose money. It's completely fine. You have to understand what you're getting involved with. At the end of the day, no matter what the fuck you do in the market, most people lose money within the market. So you're making that choice to get involved with it. But with us, you're getting involved with something again. It's not just educational, it's fucking real. Real traders, real multimillionaires, not just educational, no fucking bullshit, no fucking illusions, no fucking fakeness. Real people, real traders, making money, printing at the speed of fucking light, mirroring you the market, giving you an exact reflection. Like I said, this alert, these quotes, what you do with that, that's a reflection of fucking you and what the fuck you're doing. You know? How long does it take you to get in? It's all documented in real fucking time. How long does it take you? How many seconds? Are you timing it? Are you timing it by the seconds? Look, these are all fucking seconds. 3:22 p.m., 3:22 p.m., 3:22 p.m. Fucking Discord, there might be a way to do this. They should add the seconds. They should add on the fucking seconds to that. But you get the fucking point, and you could time it yourself with a fucking stopwatch. It's all a fucking choice. But it's all a fucking reflection on what the fuck you're doing during this fucking time. Are you adding? Are you fucking contemplating? Are you thinking about taking the trade? Or are you using the format where you're not going to try to take every trade, you know? If you take every trade, this ends up net positive every single fucking time. Losing to personal fucking choice. And obviously, small accounts are at a disadvantage, but it is what it is. And you choose what you decide to get started with, you know? Some people are in situations where all they have is a small account, but they choose if they want to start with a small account. Just because you have a small account doesn't mean you can get started with a small account. You can make more money. You can save and come back later on with a bigger account, you know, because you worked more, because you saved more, you figured out more ways to make money. That's why I say, like, it's a fucking choice on whatever the fuck you do. Oh, I don't have a lot of money. Let's say you don't have a lot of money to trade with, but you want to trade. Well, you're choosing to trade with a lot of money. You can wait, be patient, make more money, save time. You could do all that. Like, it's real. You could do it. Come back later on, start with a bigger account. It's all fucking real. So it's all a fucking choice. And we're all well aware that losing is a personal choice. So if you want to join, it's the first link down below within the description. I'm telling you, this Friday coming up, we're going to fucking crush it, man. I'm looking forward to it. This Friday is going to be one of the best days to be trading with in the market. The meme market is on fire right now. So many stocks are on fire. New ones are coming up every single day. And you need to understand that a lot of these stocks that have been on fire are going to have zero dates expiring on Friday, and the options are going to be fucking explosive. You are going to want to be here on Friday, which is coming up soon. And we already have a killer game plan for tomorrow. So it's the first link down below in the description if you'd like to join us. Every single contract that we buy in terms of the wins, especially when we're adding, you can make back the cost of the monthly subscription very, very easily. And there's many trades per day. You know, in terms of our weeks, it could be 30 to 50 trades a week. You know, slower weeks could be 20 trades a week, right? Far the money, zero day options, cheap, low risk, biggest percentage gains, many trades on the day, highest percentage win rate, biggest percentage gains, add to the winners to double to triple the gains. This is how you get rich in the market, by literally trading in terms of how we trade, this overall fucking system, man. I'm telling you, we're going to change a lot of people's trading styles. They're going to see, dude, fuck the stop loss, hold the losses, come back to life, go green, set profit stops, time the trades well, add to winners, set profit stops. People are going to say, oh, 100% losses, who gives a fuck, just hit a 500% play. Oh, just had a killer day like on fucking Monday. Fucking 8 wins on Monday. We had I think it was like 8 wins or something like that. Fucking Monday, we had a crazy fucking day. It was like 6 or 8 wins. We were up 1,900%. If we're up 1,900% on Monday, do you know how many red days we could have in a row? We don't have them, but do you know how many we could have in a row? At the bare fucking minimum, if you make a 2,000% return out of all your trades on the day, you should be able to hold that with Risk Management 101, no matter if you're going red every single fucking day, no matter what the fuck you're doing, a couple losses on the day, a couple 100% losses, you should be able to hold that for, I would say, 2 weeks. That should hold you for 2 weeks. And we're having days like that every single week. We're having multiple days like that. We're already up over 3,000 fucking percent this week. And this Friday, it's likely going to be one of those days, 1,500% to 3,000%. So I would encourage you to join right fucking now, because I'm telling you, we are on a fucking rise, and we are rising above. And it's the first link down below in the description. If you'd like to experience this, if you'd like to witness this, if you'd like to grow with us, if you'd like to give our format a shot, because I'm telling you, our format at the end of the day works for many people, and it could be you, but you're not going to know until you try, until you experience it. So it's the first link down below in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow within the chat.